Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the roles in the healthcare industry and when it's time, when you feel it's time to step to the side, step aside. So, I feel like this is my personal opinion. When people have certain roles in the healthcare industry, they are put in those roles for a reason. And when you have people that just blatantly disrespects the role that you're in and have no respect for you in your role, and the people higher up, is condoning it, then ask yourself, why are you here? Why am I here? Why am I here? If I can't get the support from the people that I need the support from, why am I bringing my butt in the facility every day just to be a body in there? Because at the end of the day, when you're in any type of management role or leadership role, it's a reason why you was put in that role. You don't get in that role and then start to abuse your power once you get in that role. I'm I'm doing this from my car because again my house is full. But back to the subject. You don't abuse the role that you're in. Especially if you was given a role, if you was placed in that role not because of your not because of your education, not because of your education level, but because of your experience level. So, if the role wasn't meant for you, but you put in the experience to get the role, you know, and you was given that role, don't start abusing your power because if your title is still, if you're not on the same, if your title, how could I put this? Okay, so I'm gonna say it this way: there's CNA, there's LPN, there's RN. So if you're a LPN, you're a CNA. We'll go start there. You're a CNA, and you're given a directive from an LPN, which is still a nurse supervisor, and they tell you no, they're not going to do it. It's called insubordination. If I give you a directive that's within your scope of practice to do, and you telling me no, that's insubordination. There is no other way to explain it. So, when you're a LPN and you're in a management role and you're given a directive from your ADON and you tell your ADON, no, you're not going to do it, it's insubordination. I don't care how you put it, it's called insubordination. If you're given a directive that's within your scope, again, it's insubordination and you saying no. So, to have to give a directive in front of your chief nurse officer and your manager blatantly says no, and a chief nurse officer sides with the manager, and it wasn't anything you said wrong, but that chief nurse officer sides with the manager because she knows that nurse, she's worked with that nurse before at a different facility, and she just blatantly disregard what you told your nurse to do. Again, what is my purpose for being there? What is it? Because my position, my position as a manager, as an ADON, as a director of nursing, as anything, there's always going to be somebody higher up. It's always. It's going to be someone at a level right above you. So that's why it is called the chain of command. But when you have people in facilities that abuse their power, talk nasty to the staff, don't like to help the staff, talk nasty to the new nurses coming in the building, and it is condoned as being okay by um, corporate or people of higher power that know the person, and you basically trying to educate that person on how to be a good leader. you know then again, my vision and goals no longer matches that facility vision and goals, because the only thing they okay with the disrespect going on, they're okay with uh the insubordination, they're okay with all that, they're okay with not just basically not helping your nurses or your staff, but always just yelling at them and getting up in their face, and they're okay with that. But that's not the type of person I am. That's not the type of person anyone would want to be. Anybody that really loves what they do, loves nursing and loves taking care of people, and has bust their ass to get to the position that they're in, they did it for a reason. It happened for a reason. So when when your ethics and morals as a nurse no longer aligns with the facilities, then it's time to remove yourself. You know your worth, you know what you can do, you know what you will accept, you know what you will not accept. And if it's just about the money, if you're okay with staying in a place uh, just to say you bring it home the bag, then you really need to question yourself as a person, as a human being, because all money ain't good money. When your heart is right and your true craftsman and love for what you do is aligned with that facility, then you'll do great. But you set yourself up for failure if you're in a place that doesn't share the same values and ethics and morals as a company that you do as an actual professional, a nurse, a manager, whatever position you in. It's time to move around, and it's time to find another home. So again, all money ain't good money. So know your worth, stand on your beliefs, and don't bend or fold for anybody or any amount of cash. Because at the end of the day, you setting yourself up for failure. You setting yourself up to be disappointed. And once they get rid of you, they're just going to replace you. So instead of staying in a position where you know it's eventually going to lead to you either quitting or getting fired, I'd rather resign and walk away with a clear conscience, knowing that I did everything I was supposed to do in the position I was in. And again, I'm not going to accept the BS. from no one. I, respect is given, respect is earned. So, on that note, what are some of the things that bothered you as a nurse professional, you know, working in the healthcare industry that didn't, that just didn't sit right with your ethics or your morals? Let's continue the conversation.